Hey everybody, this is Cheyenne from Soft Crochet Times, and today we're going to be going over how to do this really cute little bow in the front headband. It's super easy, takes maybe 30 minutes if that to work up. And for today's project, all you're going to need is some worsted weight yarn. I am using Crafter's Secret in the color Pale Yellow. And then you're going to need a 5mm hook, some darning needles, and some scissors. And for this project, really all you need to know is how to chain and how to double crochet. So with that being said, let's get started. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a slip knot. We make a little loop, push a little bit through, it's still attached to the skein, and then we put our hook through. Right? And then we're going to go ahead and chain. So this pattern is very simple in the fact that you don't really have to worry that much about gauge. As long as you make the chain long enough to wrap around either your head or whoever you're going to be giving this item to, that's as long as you need to make it. You don't really need to worry too much about exact stitch count. So for an average adult, you want to go to about 21 inches. So let's go ahead and chain. If you want to have a child size one, probably around, I'd say between 16 to 18 inches. It really depends on, how big the head is of the person you're trying to give it to. So just keep chaining until you have the desired length. Once again, for an adult, you want to do about 21 inches. And if you want an extra large adult, maybe go to 22, 22 and a half. So with that, just go ahead and keep chaining until you have the desired length, and then we'll continue on from there. Alright, so I have my desired length. Now I'm just going to add a chain 2 at the end. And then we're going to double crochet into the third chain from the hook. If you don't know how to double crochet, we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into that chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. Once again, we're yarning over, going into the next chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. So just keep crocheting all the way across, and you're going to do as many rows as it takes you to get to about, I would say, 4 inches or so in height. You can do it a little bit thicker if you want, a little bit thinner if you want, but I usually think about 4 inches is a pretty good head warmer length. So since this row, we're at almost 1 inch in height already, we're probably going to need to do about 5 rows of double crochet. So you're just going to double crochet all the way to the end of your string, chain 2, and then double crochet across again, and just keep doing that for about 5 rows. And then after that, I'll show you how to put it together and make the little bow piece in the front. Alright, so I've gone ahead and done 5 rows. It is a little short of 4 inches, it's about 3.5, but I think this is a pretty good thickness, so I'm going to stop here. If you do want to get to that 4-inch mark, you're probably going to have to do 1 or 2 more rows. You can really do it as thick as you want. It, doesn't really matter. Just keep in mind that if you're making this for somebody or for yourself, if you have like a really thick hair or, maybe more rounded features, stuff like that, a thick one can look really good. However, if you have someone that maybe has thin hair, is a little bit more petite, you're probably going to want to keep it a little bit skinnier so it doesn't look really gaudy on them. So, what we're going to do is in order to, put this on your head, you have to make it a circle. So we're going to be joining the sides just like this, and we're going to do that by slip stitching along. Don't worry about the fact that it looks ugly, because this is actually where we're going to cover with pretty much the little centerpiece of our bow. So I'm just going to chain 1 and put my sides together. And since these are double crochets all the way down, that means you're probably going to want to do 2 stitches per stitch that we're working into. So I'm into the first one. I'm just slip stitching. Gonna go in again. It can be a little bit difficult to work when you have 2 pieces together because you're kind of like sewing them together with a crochet hook. And then we're just gonna keep going. If you have 4 rows, then you should probably have about 8 stitches to join them all together. If you have 5 rows, 10 stitches, keep going. Pretty much every row you have, you want to have 2 stitches going down. So just kind of shove your hook wherever it feels right for how beneficial that advice is. Just make sure your ends are lined up at the bottom. So, like I said, it's okay if your joint looks pretty ugly, because you're not gonna see it. And that's just kind of what happens when you slip stitch up double crochets. They never really look that pretty. Alright, so now turning it inside out is we're gonna chain probably about 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So chain 60, and then I'll show you how to wrap it around to make it look like a cute little bow. Alright, so I've got ahead and done that. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to trim the yarn, you know, probably about 9-10 inches back. And I don't really want to get rid of my loop yet, because I might still need my hook at the end, you know, just to help get everything going. Just pretty much put everything together is what I was trying to say. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and flip it forward this time. And then I like doing my first wrap from the back, just to kind of help pull it together. And then pretty much as you go, you're going to shape your little bow centerpiece. You know, there's one wrap. Make sure you go on either side. You're not just wrapping it up on top of each other, or else it's just going to have one little thin line in the middle, and you kind of want an actual centerpiece to your bow. Alright, so then I have that together, and this might kind of seem like cheating, but I'm going to pretty much just run my hook underneath all the times that we layered it in the back, pull a string through, and then just kind of slip stitch it through, and that'll help hold it on. And then, you know, you can kind of just finagle the strings in the middle until you like the way it looks. It's not a very complicated process. It's pretty easy to mold around after you're done. So then after that, you're just going to take one of your darning needles, or yarn needles, whatever you want to call them, and you just want to make sure that you really, you know, tie in your loose ends. The easiest way that I've found to do it is to pretty much just go back and forth through the back of it a bunch of times, and then tie it off. You know, there's nothing more pressuring than trying to thread a needle on camera. Nothing super spectacular with the finishing off. You just want to make sure that your loose ends are really in there tightly, because once again, this piece stretches and you really don't want those little yarn tails sticking out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to tie this off with the beginning string. Do a couple little knots. Some people are so against knots in crochet. I really don't think it makes that much of a difference. I don't mind them. Do a snip. Turn it right side back out. So if you guys like this video, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for commenting, sharing, subscribing, all that other good stuff. If you want to see anything specifically in the next few videos, go ahead and comment that down below. I always like hearing you guys' feedback and making sure that I'm making videos that you actually want to see. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and keep on stitching.